Hi folks, my name's Jeff Rugrock. All things prints this semester. This is drawing number 10 of a small portfolio we're doing of skill building and just to make a record of the things that you're learning. This particular drawing is color coding or symbols for piping. We're going to do a symbol for cold water piping, hot water piping, hot water recirculation. So this is the line that brings hot water around large buildings so you don't have to wait for any extended amount of time to get hot water. And then we also have a couple of lines here for both drain and for venting. So I'm going to start with just a basic symbol. And for the cold water line, it's simply a line with the odd dash. That's it. That's all for a cold water line. For a hot water line, it's the exact same thing, but it would be a double dash. Easy peasy. And then for the hot water recirculating line, see what works best here. It's actually a triple dash. Don't forget these are object lines. So you can make them quite bold. And then the last one or the last two I should suppose, would be for drain and a vent. So in this case, I'm going to draw what's called the back vent. And it's just a simple line. And then the vent comes off the vertical. Comes off the horizontal in a vertical fashion, and it's simply dashed. Oops. So continually dashed. Don't confuse this with a hidden line. A hidden line can be any old. A hidden line is just a dashed line as well, but it represents something you can't see. With a vent, it's a symbol of something very specific, and that would be an air pipe in a drainage system. So most of these are labeled. This one's not, so I'll just label it. Vent, drain. Now, if you'll notice, that's your lines, but there's also a spot there for colors. I used my drafting equipment, but I don't have each lecture item yet because I haven't done colors. I'm going to let you decide the colors, but I will explain them to you. So if you're looking at your booklet, what you will find on the color coding pages is there are some plumbing industry type color codes. Of course, there's a vast range of color codes. These are just some of the basics. And I've started here with sewer piping underground. It's usually colored green. Of course, that's not a given. You can also get some sewer pipes underground that are white, and then once you come above ground, they can be black ABS or even gray PVC. And there's 3 different shades of gray too. So there's quite a variety here, but I've gone with sewer pipes, and I'll show you the reason why in a moment. But sewer pipes or drain pipes underground are green. Cold water and hot water, that's pretty standard. Probably doesn't need much explanation. But for the cold water, it counts just as much underground for the large piping, small water service piping coming into a house, as well as the tubing inside a home can also be blue. Of course, it doesn't have to be. This can be white as well inside the house. Red is usually hot, and you'll see this even on a faucet, red and blue for hot and cold. And then the last one I have here is yellow for fuel gases, such as propane or natural gas. So obviously there's some variation to all of these. You'll often get orange for gas lines, you get white for the water piping, and you can get white or black or gray for the drainage piping. But I like these because they're a really close match for what you'll see in municipal services. In municipal services, these are the pipes that run underground under the street and into your home. They use the exact same color for sewer, which is green, exact same color for cold water piping, which is blue. Exact same color coding as what I've given you from the industry is used by municipalities for gas piping. Red is a bit different. Red and orange is usually for municipal services is used for hot wire, or what I call hot wires. That's how I remember it. Hydroelectric wires or communication wires. So this is what we call a local precedent. This is just normal materials industry. This is what I refer to as on the job color codes. I refer to this as on the job color codes. This also is on the job color codes, but these are the ASTM standards, American Society for Testing Materials, and they use green for anything that has water in it. So you would have to label your piping should you use green for all your water pipes. So they use it for chilled water, they use it for storm drains, they use it for hot water, cold water, drainage, the whole enchilada. And then yellow, they don't just use it for gas, they used it for anything hazardous like compressed air, hot water heating supplies, anything that's considered hazardous, really. Anyway, so those are the ASTM standards. There's not enough variety here to actually use these, but if you did want to use these color codes in your drawings, you're more than welcome to, but you also have to label them then. The last one is the academic color codes. These ones are only ever used in the classroom. They come from days before we had color through plastics, such as these. So before we had color through plastics and before we had a wide variety of spray paint colors, they used these ones. These really these are entirely useless on the job site, but a lot of teachers like it because it's what they learned in days of old. You're more than welcome to use these color codes, but if you do, leave them behind in the classroom. Don't take them away from the classroom with you. That's strictly where they belong. There's a couple exceptions to that. But anyways, so for these academic ones, you have green for venting, blue for stormwater. So this one would be blue, not green. And then red is used for drains. So this one would be red. Anyways, if you want to use those, you're more than welcome to. I'm not going to color code these in. Or maybe I should. I do like red for hot water. But again, if you don't like red for hot water, you don't have to use it. So there's your red. And I do like blue. That's it for now. We're on to the next one. You choose your color codes, use them wisely, and I'll see you soon.